Can you see the presentation? I see. Thank you very much. So, okay, I am Takafumi Horie as a master student of Ritsumeikan University. I'm going to present a paper titled Cross-modal iconicity, cognitive semiotic approach to sound symbolism. Okay. This paper is written by Frederick Sauder and Jordan Zlatev, both of belonging to Lund University in Sweden. And okay, and both of them are linguists. So okay, I'm going to start to explain the detail of this paper. So first is a summary of paper. Okay. In this paper, is focused on the sound symbolism. Language, there's some view in the languages. For languages, for example, language is traditionally viewed as arbitrary, arbitrary with no inherent link between sounds and meanings. And the arbitrariness means a sound pattern and the concept have no natural connection that motivates them to be linked together in a sign. It is she say in Japanese, and it is declared by Fernand de Saussure and also some ancient Greek philosophers discussing these concepts. However, the arbitrariness of language can't explain some phenomena of languages. So there are another viewpoint. This is called sound symbolism of languages. The sound symbolism suggests a different perspective where certain words imitates or resembles what the word means. For example, there's some famous experiment that mapping of words and shapes by human. In this experiment, participants is suggested the words "booba" and "kiki," and also suggested two shapes. These star-like pointy sharp shapes, and these amoeba-like roundish shapes. And participants asked to map which shapes corresponds to which words, and then many of participants corresponds booba to these round shapes, and also corresponds kiki to these sharp shapes. There's some several experiments conducted. However, one of the experiments, the probability to this mapping is up to 95%. So we can't ignore the relationship of the pattern of sound and what words are describing. However, author says the sound symbolism, the concept of sound symbolism is very vague, very fuzzy. So they want to redefine the sound symbolism, and they also want to synthesize, integrate this arbitrariness and sound symbolism. So, okay, I will go to the next page. Okay, so the authors is focused on the iconicity. It is a concept in linguistics, and authors try to explain sound symbolism with this viewpoint. For preliminary, I will explain the kind of iconicity. There's two types of iconicity in languages. The first iconicity is primary iconicity. This refers the direct relation of direct relation of the signs. For example, please look this picture. When you see this picture, you can immediately understand this means elephants. So in the other words, the perception of iconic ground obtaining between two things. And when you understand this, when you understand what this picture means, the knowledge of convention is not required, and to recognize that a particular drawing depicts. However, what do you think about this picture? This picture is so very vague picture, very meaningless picture. So maybe someone interpret this as a scribble of duck or a clip of box or as a toy of gun. However, we can't decide the meaning immediately. The meanings of the design is established by convention. For example, if this the meaning of this picture is depends on the context. For example, if the for example, if this picture is drawn in zoo, this picture may be interpreted as a duck, or if this picture is drawn in the toy shop, maybe this picture is interpreted by toy gun. So in such case, this type of iconicity, secondary iconicity, so this iconicity is called secondary iconicity. The sign is established by convention, and any possible iconic ground is found by the interpreter only later. So the authors try to explain the sound symbolism with these two iconicity. For example, on the Bouba-Kiki experiments, the mapping of sounds and shapes are explained by following three steps. So firstly, participants are told the relationships between words. There are some relationships between words and perceptual objects. For example, Kiki or Booba is related to one of those shapes. And then interpreter discerns there are similar contrasts between words and object, round and pointy. For example, when you see the shape, this shape is pointy and this shape is roundish. When you see the words, Kiki is Kiki is Kiki is have some pointy haptic when you pronounce this word, and also booba is also have the roundish haptic when you pronounce. So there's a similar contrast in the Kiki and booba and these two shapes. Then interpreter discerns Kiki is to this shape as Booba is to this shape. Then the secondary iconicity is established. And in the third step, the analogy of sound and shape is perceived. Specifics. So from this contrast, as a Kiki is related to this shape, and Buba is related to this shape. In other words, the secondary iconicity in step 2 is transformed into primary iconicity. So sorry, it is very difficult idea. So maybe I can explain briefly, but I will go ahead. Okay.
Maybe Horie is frozen.
And in consonants and vowels are important. Uh, both consonants and vowels affects mapping by human between words and shapes. Especially authors considers the combination of consonants and vowels affects seems some effects. For example, when authors say when also suggests Kiki and Mumu for the mapping of these shapes. And when you see Kiki, the transition of sound is very abrupt, uh, change is very big. However, when in the new the sound stream doesn't transit abruptly, so this abrupt transition is recognized as some pointness or stickiness, and also this soft transition is may perceived as the softness. So the Kiki and Mimu is related to those shapes. Okay. So then authors discuss about the future outlook. First, Firstly, also says clarifying substratum, it means the basis of the of sound symbolism in all languages. Also suggests some evaluation viewpoint. They say first, expression emerges with iconicity as the first primary iconicity, but the role of the iconicity diminishes and with conventionalization and the arbitrariness is become more power. Uh, this is only the hypothesis, so it is not proved. So to clarify subslam of sound symbolism is important. And second is the size or colors can establish cross-modal iconicity between words. This means, for example, Bubakiki experiments is focused on the sound and shapes relationship. However, maybe color or size may not relate to the words. And third is relation to cognitive semiotics. For example, diseases, learning diseases or disease on development may be related to the sound symbolism. And finally, they also say the cross-modal iconicity between sounds and letter shapes. Okay, I spent so many times, so I will wrap up. So next I will introduce the points that were difficult to understand. I think this paper is so very difficult. However, especially some points, especially the primary and secondary iconicity is very difficult to me. I can understand fully of primary secondary iconicity. However, I think some specific questions. First is where is the boundary between primary secondary iconicity? I think the primary iconicity can transform into secondary iconicity easily. For example, when you see this picture, you can understand this is a pigeon. However, the pigeon is a symbol icon of peace. So you can also understand this picture as some icon of peace. And second is in this paper, I omit the detail, but this paper discuss on the onomatopoeia, gitaigo or giongo in Japanese. However, in Japanese, there's some words that is not related to sound to the specific sounds. For example, ira ira or doro doro is express some situation, but that is not related to specific sounds. So can the logic of this paper explain these words? I don't know. And third point is why are there big difference on onomatopoeia between languages? So this paper explains that some languages has more various onomatopoeia than European languages, for example, Japanese or African languages, and so on. However, and also enumerates some explanation, but I can't understand completely. So there is some lighting standardization or extensive language contact effects, or some animistic cultures maybe may have effects, but I can't understand fully. Okay. And then as lastly, I will introduce what I want to discuss in the grant meeting. So especially I focus on the iconicity. It is introduced in this paper. So when I'm reading this paper, I'm wondering some points. First, how does we understand the difference of primary, secondary iconicity? As I mentioned in the previous section, I feel the boundary of primary and secondary iconicity is very vague, very fuzzy. So how does we understand such difference? And next is how can the machine understand secondary iconicity? It is related to the first question, but I'm interested in to develop such kind of the agent which can understand not only primary iconicity but also secondary iconicity. However, I have no idea how can I develop models and understand to iconicity. So especially maybe ChatGPT or some large language models can understand LLM, can understand iconicities. So how does they understand that? And sadly, this is a bit different from previous two questions, but is sound symbolism essential for language emergence? So language emergence means the mechanism of how the languages emerges. The most of existing languages are based on voice and sounds. So I think the sound symbolism is related to the many languages. However, I'm not clear whether the languages is the language emergence can possible or impossible without sound symbolism. For example, the sign language isn't based on sounds. So how languages emerges without sound symbolism? I'm not clear, so I want to discuss. Okay, so this is conclusion. So this paper try to integrate the this
Where is frozen?
paper mentions some symbolism and try to integrate the orbitals. Maybe my internet is bad, so okay.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
In my experience, in my first language, Vietnamese, this is when I was a kid. Uh, I had two dogs. I had two.
Yeah.
Uh, the first dog, their fur is sharp. Yeah, and I named it Kiki.
Mm.
My second dog, uh, fur is very sharp, and I just named it Bomb and Boom. And I think it's very similar to this one. And this happened 20 years ago when I was very young. Uh, yes, I think there's a very close relationship between the shape of object and the sounds.
Mm. Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't know the detail of linguistics. However, the author says the perspective of the sound symbolism is as many of scholars doesn't think the importance of sound symbolism. Uh, as your experiences, the sound and word has a sound and the meaning. What the words describing is related.
But it's very interesting, right? So it sounds like more very embodiment of the language or like that. So maybe we hit in some softball or something like that. I think we hear more like soft sound, right? And maybe hit in some very hard board or something like that. We hear more kind of a high tone. So feel like, yeah, I'm sure how this kind of the phenomenon can be treated in the AI, but yeah, maybe this kind of the association. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Excuse me, my Zoom is fall down.
Ah, okay, okay.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I just I
uh,
start from the beginning. So I feel that yes, this kind of book of Hikiki feel like it really how to say connected with the real world and kind of the maybe in some terms we can see the embodiment like yeah so yeah, like Boober or Soft Dog, maybe. So touching these kind of things, maybe we feel more, how to say, soft sound as a feedback or some soft frequency of something. Yeah. And yeah, maybe when hitting the hard board or yeah, something like that, we maybe feel hears sounds like more high tones. And yeah, I think there's some natural association between this kind of the yeah, frequency and the shapes. And yeah, I think maybe implicitly this kind of the knowledge maybe in the LLMs like ChatGPTs. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so if we think how this kind of the association might be established, maybe this kind of some natural real world interaction. How do you think about that?
Yes.
The relationship, how the establish how does
Uh,
humans
yeah, so how this subwoofer seems that is soft and kicky and the picture, the very spiky figure is
how
uh, like very hard or sticky.
mm,
Not sticky. It's hard, so maybe harmful when touching. No, yeah. Uh, so maybe this kind of my how to say initial impression about the figure may be related with some association from our experience in the real world.
mm, yeah
Yeah.
I think so too uh, yeah actually I think that some I feel that some in the point of view of language emergence, I think the sound symbolism have play a very great role. So if so, for example, it is very natural to relate some vulva to roundish objects or something else. And not only that, but also in the actual language emergence. Yes. For example, so some onomatopoeia, 擬態語 or 擬音語 is seems to be established by this sound symbolism. For example, テケテケ走る or なんだろう。まあ、しま or I can't suggest but I so I yes. So yeah, as you mentioned, the なんだろう、embodiness, embodiment is very related to sound symbolism.
Mhm. So, and also, yeah, I think very, as you told, suggesting the some discussion part you say, so how the secondary iconicity have
Yeah.
is it is established. It's very interesting and very difficult question, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think that vision and the blue bar associated with round object may be very, how to say, maybe related some physical association or some one-to-one matching or something like that. But I think peace is more kind of the, how to say, one-to-many mapping, right?
Yeah, very wide concept.
Yeah, and it's still very difficult how this kind of the concept of peace is established, and I think yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. One, two. Maybe this such kind of concept is very complex, very なんだろう。It
I
is
think
established with
yeah
so many grounded concepts is may established.
maybe the secondary piece or something like that is established after
Yeah.
establishing some more the basic
Yes.
concept or basic language systems or
Mm,
like that. Yeah.
Yes, I think so. Thinking about the second iconicity is very difficult. But I think in the
Yeah.
LLM, the for a specific terms, it is described as a vector, and I think the vector here with its element will, according to some properties, such as the animal or the here is the beast or something like that. So I think the LLM can understand the secondary.
Mm. I wonder if it's possible to understand the piece by, other animal can understand the concept of piece or concept of the, I don't know, concept of the, I don't know what,
Maybe
disaster
peace.
or,
Yeah, peace is very vague, wide concept, but maybe it is related to some really thing or not hungry and healthy, free, healthy, or such kind of grounded concepts. Maybe
comfortable.
construct.
Maybe comfortableness is
Yes,
maybe
yes,
kind of
that's
the
right.
crux of the, I don't know, actually the animals identifying that kind of situation separately. Yeah, it's kind of the null state, right?
Yeah.
If danger happens, so maybe maybe there is a lot of other situation, but
Yes.
I don't know.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. It's 4 p.m. now. Okay, thank you much
Thank
for
you.
your
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
speech today. Very nice.
Thank
Thank you.
you.